Hey guys, it's Tim from Troy City here with Cody, one of the boys, with a Cyber Dragon deck profile. Cody, is there anything you want to say before we get started?
Not much. The night was decent overall.
All right, let's get started, and we can talk about your matchups later.
Alrighty. Starting off, free core. He's a boy, you can't say no to him. He just adds a cyber spell trap, engrave, you get your free body. Been around longer than I've been playing the deck, so I just can't say no to him. For the original Cyber Dragon himself, can't say no to that. 2 copies of Hurts. Sometimes we'll see people play 1, and if you ask me, it's just what you do when you're not playing the deck pure, but it's recursion, and it honestly helps you grind. 2 copies of Master. I view 2 of him as same as Hurts. Basically, it's a pure version, so you don't want to play less than 2, and there's moments where you want to draw it, there's moments where you want to search it. Therefore, I played 2, and it hasn't done me wrong. 2 Soldier. It's been a long time since free's been necessary. Long story short. 2 Kaju. If you're going second and you're not playing 2, then, well, I don't know what you're doing. Simply because, well, if it's pure, you want to get rid of those negates, and Dragoon is a pain. Little Cyber Dark package, small and simple. When it comes to the monsters, he searches your power bond, those get your spells and traps, so you'll see later on in the video. Can't say no, you activate in hand, you call it a day. A neat little experimental package, 2 Naganaki and 1 Orochi. Long story short, this gets you Hurts and Nasher out of deck because they meet the criteria of a machine that equals its attack, and all its attack equals its own defense and is equal lower level. And you can banish it from grave. You get a machine with attack that equals its own defense from face down banish to hand. It's half the reason why he's here. On to spells, triple emergency. Enough said. Searches. 2 copies of Cyberdark Realm. Gets you a Cyberdark that's not in your grave, and it's an extra normal for a Cyberdark. Helps extend. 1 repair plant. I only need 1. I want to play more than 1, but there's not really a reason to, so I digress. 1 rev system. That's all you need. Free body. Monster Reborn from hand. The 1 Horizon, it counts as a Cyberdark card, so Claw can't search it. I would want to play more than 1 eventually, but as at the moment it's a -1, so I really just use it when I'm desperate for cards, and Claw into Realm isn't for play. So this is just heavenly when it comes to that. 1 Cyberload. It's never been needed to more than 1 unless you got something fancy going on. 1 Overload. I used to play more than 1, but because of Power Bomb being searchable, it's all you need, and Anaconda is still a thing. Speaking of Power Bombs, can't say no to that when you have Chimera. 2 copies of Dupe. I'm aware of that. 2 is, outside the norm. But honestly, the main deck's so tight and the deck has so many searchers now that I can live with 2. 2 Droplet. Don't want to go second off the die roll. And, well, we can't say no to going second cards when you're in the middle of that.
With the Droplet, would you, if you don't have access to Droplet, would you just put Dark Rulers in?
Yeah, Dark Ruler is a decent substitute. If not, then Chalice. You could even do Chalice and Droplet or Chalice and Dark Ruler. Depends on your preference and your space. 2 Cosmic. This deck loses to back row hate, whether it's a back row deck or not, so you gotta have something compared to nothing, and I prefer Cosmic over Twin because there's a lot of cards I'd rather see banished. I don't know why this is at 1, I'll be honest with you. He was playing 2 instead of the Orochi that y'all saw earlier, but kind of told myself that I still wanted the draws, and Orochi would placed it. Can't say no. That also helps with facilitating Gizmek Nakanaki's graveyard effect. Traps. 1 Overflow. Non-targeting removal. Can't say no to that. Believe it or not, this was in here. I wasn't sure if I would be expecting any Eldritch tonight, and sometimes that 1 Imperm that everybody just so menacingly has really stinks. And then 2 Imperm. That's it for the main. 42 cards. Extra deck. 2 copies of Rampage. You really only need to resolve it once, but every now and then you have to do some weird plays, long story short, so therefore 2's the way. 1 Mega Fleet, only needed 1 ever since Eternal Format got nuked. 1 Fortress, he's been at 1 for who knows how long. He's what you use off Jitsukiru, for those who don't know. 2 Super Poly targets, because Super Poly's on the side. Mud Dragon is not just for Anaconda, but it used to be for Drytron whenever they'd end on Herald and still have a move beta, but He's here mainly because of Anaconda into Dragoon or DPE, and Eldritch is a thing now. Didn't see it tonight. I'm expecting to see it, but if I don't see it in like a week or two, this is coming out.
We did actually have an Eldritch player last night, though.
I saw someone was playing Zombie. I didn't know if it was Lich or not.
There was the Lich in it.
Eternity, Horizon says you send a Machine Fusion at the end of when your Zombie gets effect. He's what you send because you can banish him from grave to make your fusions not be able to be destroyed or targeted by your opponent's cards for the turn. 2 Infinity and 2 Nova.
Go back to 2 and 2.
Yeah, 2 and 2. Sometimes I need the second Nova, so I'm back to 2 and 2. 1 Vamana. Instead of Pleiades or Durandal, when you lock into Machine, you typically make him because he's a monster negate, so you don't want to be screwed out of an extra disruption, especially if you're going first, and that's why he's here. And then, as I like to call him, the Holy Trinity, because rarely ever have I less spend these guys. Seeger, Anaconda, Alamirage. Helps with battle interruptions. Need I say more, aside from, yes, I'm not playing Dragoon or DPE, and this helps facilitate most of the things you do with Core, because Cyber Repair Plant is a card that needs to grave.
Have you ever thought, so Core is level 2.
Yes.
Have you ever thought about using Anima, even though you it's level 2 for hers and for Nasher?
I've contemplated it, but the deck has so much utility on its own, especially with how often I get to my Kajus and how much often I use Droplets, to where I almost feel like Anima is just a good preference and not a necessity. That's just my perspective, though. Side deck now. 2 Gadala, they weren't a main. There's a lot of Flunderies around here, so if you ask me, I just can't live without it, even though it's not in the main deck anymore. Free Token Collector, enough said, simply because, well, Sword Soul. This is basically because I'm maining 2, so if I need the 3rd, it's there, alongside the Harpies. It's the only back row hate in the side deck for now. 2 Super Poly. There's a lot of 2-ofs and 1-ofs because you got a little going first package here. 2 D-Barrier, for 1 Overflow to bump the main deck count to 2, and then triple Trap Trick. Basically, if I feel like I'm going to get forced to go first, this is what I do, where I basically try to end on Infinity, Alamirage, and at least one of the following. And it's consistent enough to where I usually see them relatively often.
All right.
And that is everything.
How were your matchups last night? What did you face?
My first opponent was a little unlucky because Super Quants, and they kind of get the ABC treatment when it comes to that. It was,
And they have a lot of machines.
Dude was good, but just bad matchup. Game 2, I ran into... crap, I honestly don't remember my game 2. I know I ran into Guru, and I was kind of 50-50 simply because I did open a little bit of back row hate, but it was a 2-0 simply just because he opened better than me. And last round, I ended up facing Sword Soul, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't just open up enough interruptions. Didn't see the Kaju when I needed it. Nobody saw Token Collective the whole night against that one dude. So, rough night.
Is there anything you change about the main or side in perspective for this event, or maybe locals another day?
I'm 50-50 on the Banish package. I'm definitely going to keep the Naganaki regardless, but I might toss out the Desires and the Orochi. A little torn. And that'd be it.
Sounds good. That'll be all from us. We'll have other deck profiles up soon, hopefully. Everyone, have a good day. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Take care.